Well, hello,
Oh,
and welcome to this not actually technically comic solving problems. I'm Stephen Allen.
hello. I'm Eric McElroy.
Yay.
Hello, and possibly Buddy the dog.
Yeah.
So I've got a dog. He's very cute, but there's something. There's something. I don't know. He's worried about something.
Is
He
it
feels there's a storm coming.
is it the recession? Is that bothering him? Is he worried about that?
He's got really strong views on Brexit.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is.
There we go. You see.
I've heard stupider arguments about it, so yeah.
But like Brexit, he's all bark and no bite. All right, do you want to come up here? All right, do you guys do you guys want to see Buddy?
Yeah.
Do you want to see
Message in the comment sections if you'd like to see Eric's got a dog. The internet loves animals.
Don't spill my coffee.
I mean, that
There's
is what I keep
Buddy. So, this isn't what we planned.
Yeah, this is
It's what's
the
happening.
best ventriloquist act I've ever seen.
Yeah, last time we did one of these, we did a boxing. We unboxed a box, and today we're gonna unbox a dog.
Can you do that? We're going to deworm a what?
Yeah. It's gonna be a live castration.
Oh, good lord. Anyway, so what we should say is, normally we do a comedy show twice a week.
Yeah.
And then we start to do these extra ones where it's behind the scenes chats. It's talking just randomly about what it's like to do the show. Any questions we will answer. You can find us on social media. It's just general chit chat and try and basically it's a meeting that we'd normally have once a week to try and plan the show, but we might as well live stream it.
We figured might as well because we're still essentially underemployed comedians who are underemployed.
Yeah.
So,
although, have you got a gig tonight? I think you.
I do have a gig
Yeah.
tonight, yes. It's in Kingston, if anybody's around. Crack Comedy in Kingston. And there are a few seats, even with our limited capacity, available. So if you want to check that out, go to crackcomedy.com. And do you have a gig tonight, Steve?
I do. I'll be performing in London's Camden, heart of Camden of London.
Nice.
I'll be doing some jokes on stage, I think. I mean, if I can remember them, I know some jokes, but whether I can remember them in the moment is always scary these days. But yeah, if you're in London, come along and don't breathe in my direction.
Yeah, this will be my second gig since March 15th, and which is, is a bigger gap than I normally have between my gigs.
I think this is gig number 4 for me, so I'm a pro. The weird thing is that the last gig I did before lockdown was in this same venue, in the Camden Head in Camden.
Right.
And it was really weird. I was on stage doing some jokes about no one sitting in the front row. Normally we moan about that, but these days, back off, you dirty people. And it's going to be strange being back in the same room because it did feel weird. Felt like we shouldn't be out on that last, because before they brought in the lockdown, it was all, these are the rebels who still go for it. So tonight, I'll be surrounded by lawbreakers and hopefully mask wearers and stuff like that. Whew, strange.
That's good. Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, the venue in Kingston is small. It only holds 60 people normally, so we've cut that capacity more than in half. And then everybody will be in their little bubbles, and we're going to make them take a shower when they get there. And kind of like in those sort of disinfectant films, where they've got radiation, we've got little booths, and they're going to come in and we're going to make you strip off all your clothes and then spray you down with a strong chemical solution.
Like Shawshank Redemption, like early in that when Andy Dufresne goes to prison and they strip them all naked and throw powder at them.
That's kind of what we're going for. A little bit of Shawshank. It'll be a good film, good for comedy. And then after that, we're going to give them a little zap of some microwave waves. I don't know if you heard, this broke late yesterday, Steve, so we couldn't put it in the show. When Donald Trump cleared the protesters before he walked across to hold the Bible, they were looking at using some military kit, and one of them is apparently a heat ray.
Wow.
That sends invisible microwaves towards people and makes you feel in less than 3 seconds like you're bursting into flames.
It makes you feel like you're done.
Much like a tree in California.
Yeah, although you do have to stand for a minute afterwards and stir. But other than
That's the odd thing.
good times.
Of course they're using a microwave because it's America. That's how we make cups of tea as well. If you were here, a similar ray gun would be done with a kettle. So we're going to use that technology as well on the audience. So dousing with powder, hard wash, microwave, and then we're ready for the comedy show.
Yeah. Shawshank style. It was 3 gigs went by before Andy even said a word to me.
And then to get out, we're going to make the audience dig out a hole to leave the venue.
And then just
there's only one way in. Got to be another way out.
There's also, I used to have a friend who worked in a place where you could buy those microwave emitting things in case you wanted to replace the one in your own microwave. I mean, this was a few years ago. These days, you just buy another microwave oven, but you could buy them. And he was saying he quite fancied the idea of getting one built into a glove. Because it was at the time when people were doing things like buying a Bluetooth thing and connecting, so you could do that. You could have the microphone there and the speaker there. You can make a phone glove. And
nice.
he wanted to make a glove with a microwave emitter. So you just be like Iron Man, just go. And I'm not sure if he ever made it. Never heard from him again.
Yeah.
Strange.
That would imagine not. No, it was the smell of burning, and then that was it.
Why,
Yeah,
America, why are you making a heat ray? Make a cold ray, because you'll still be able to control the crowd and you'd help global warming. What is wrong with you as a nation?
I know. Well, that's the problem. They're climate deniers in government. But yeah, they didn't use the heat ray in the end. And it turns out this technology's been around for a while. It's just been sitting around unused because it was deemed too unpredictable to be used in warfare against non-Americans.
Right, but predictable
So the
enough
Trump
to be used.
administration thought, there we go.
God.
Yeah, we didn't get to talk about that. See, that's the problem with the news these days, is while it's kind of all the same, Trump madness, Brexit madness, whatever, there's a lot to add to the flavor of it. So it's the same dish with different seasonings.
You really are going for this cooking thing ever since you started thinking about microwaves. Is it making you hungry? Thinking, protesters?
I haven't had lunch. It's pre-lunch. This is a pre-lunch show. But yeah, a little bit hungry.
So yeah, we did a show last night. How'd you feel about it? You feeling all right? But meanwhile, I will be Barocca hydrating. You carry on.
Yes, I think so. I mean, you did, as we discussed in the show, you've got a new background behind you. I'm feeling a little pressure to maybe move things around a little bit. I mean, I think I always was ahead of you because I had the beer sign. But there's more with lights. The next phase of this, we've increased the res of my broadcast to you. You've increased your res a while ago of your broadcasts. So now I got to play with some lights.
Yep.
We keep toying with the green screen idea.
I've got one on order. I'm less keen on it because I've never seen people do green screen live that looks good.
Who wants to look good, Steve? Look at us.
Yeah, because I don't want to look even cheaper. We're getting by on cheap webcams here, doing a twice a week streaming show, pretending that we're fancy pants TV, but we're getting by on cheap stuff. Yeah, we'll see. The lighting's an issue with green screen, so we'll try it, but we'll try it off air, if you know what I mean. We'll do that for a while. In terms of lighting, so this is the setup that records this tripod on that phone, records all the sketches that I do. You can see all the clips. And I managed to find a way of having that on pointed at here. So it looked like there was a little mini picture of the back of this. But it keeps timing out. So by the time we do Tuesday's show, I'll fix the timing out thing. That's not enough to make you want to watch, is it? I just realised.
Back of Steve's head.
I mean, there's not a lot of hair going on there. Thankfully, these lights that I've got surrounding me will bleach that out.
Have you had a haircut since lockdown?
I do my own. I've reached that stage. I've got all the trimmers.
I've got trimmers. We haven't talked about my trimmers for a while. Where's
your nasal ones?
I got like 6 nose trimmers.
No,
I don't know what it is.
Nose hair trimmers. I mean, dear.
What? I have a decent sized nostril, and I just cannot. Once it starts wisping out, there's no way. People who have that, do you not look in mirrors? Or you?
Every so often I'll trim if there's an errant one trying to make a break for it. But thankfully I'm not too hairy in the nasal department.
That's too hairy, but still, when you got I got a wide nostril, wide feet.
This is the only evidence that I've ever found for intelligent design, is that the nostril and the finger are just exactly the right size, aren't they?
I'm going to try that once we're done.
Anyone with a big finger, you don't even need to look at their face. You just think, wide nostril. Imagine going through life with a finger too big to get in your own nose.
Well, that's why you have different size fingers.
Oh, right. So you're going to go in with the pink. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's like a Swiss Army knife.
Someone's trying to be fancy and refined. I only pick with the pinky.
Well, you got different size fingers for different size holes.
Fair enough. And also, while we won't do this during the actual broadcast, but last night we were playing with all the different colours that I can do. So there we go. So we'll do that. Seeing as he's doing some blue jokes, this is a colour that I don't think works. It looks like in Mr. Freeze's laboratory.
I think we're before the watershed, so we need to be careful.
Yeah, a little bit of blue. You can every Tuesday and Thursday you can watch the show at 9 p.m. Do you reckon this is a good time to start talking about the new one that's coming online? Another way of seeing the show. I know there's only one episode available on there, but I'm up for starting to plug it if you fancy.
If you want to go ahead and say it.
We're on Amazon Prime. Damn! Yeah.
That's right. In the United Kingdom, if you go on Amazon Prime and type in Comics Solving Problems.
I mean, to be fair, you only have to type in Comics Solve and then it starts to come up. But search for comic, it makes sense. Search for Comic Solving Problems. And so there's Series 1, as it's called on there, which is a mashup of all you'll understand. But if you want to go and sit there and watch on your Amazon Prime, if you've got it, search for it, just because every single day I keep checking the stats about who's watched, so it'll make me feel good. Oh my God, we're on Amazon Prime.
Yep, it's all about the stats. That's why we do it.
This is not on Amazon Prime. It's the actual comedy show from the evenings, not just two blokes randomly chatting, trying to look like they're artistic creatives, which is why I got the cap so I can look like a director again.
You need to have a kind of a skew, don't you? No. No, go back the way it was.
No, you sure?
Yeah. Did you see Paul Rudd's appeal to his fellow millennials?
Yes.
To vote?
Yeah, that was
well
good.
Done.
That was
very nice. But he is ageless, isn't he, Paul Rudd?
Yeah, but he's definitely not millennial. I
think that was the joke. But I mean, he's looked the same since he was on Friends, I think.
It's truth. I mean, I'd love to say that I could do the same. That I look the same, but oh God, there's nothing worse than being shown like pictures of yourself earlier. I've moaned about this before. I'll moan about it again. Last time they did a series of the MASH Report, they followed it with a 15-minute best of previous series of MASH Report. So people on a Friday evening could watch my current face straight away, followed by what my face looked like 4 years ago. Thank you, national TV, for the evidence of how badly I'm aging these days. Cheers.
Yep, that's the problem with being on a national television show, Steve.
That's not the problem. That's not what's making me age.
Tiny little fiddle.
That's not what's making me age. Everything else in life is making me age.
Speaking of what's going to make us age, how are you feeling about this new lockdown that's going to be coming down?
Worried, yeah, brutally worried about it. I mean, what's the point of a 2-week lockdown? They're promising this just a 2-weeker. I mean, that's neither here nor there, isn't it? I mean, if we all locked down for a year and hid away, then that virus might die out. But you'd never have to see it, as long as you didn't see a human. But it's just going to slow it down a little bit, just to make sure they're going to time it so that the winter spike is definitely in winter time. You don't want to get that spike over and done with before winter flu kicks in. So they're going to delay it and make sure, it really messes up the nation.
Well, I think that if they announced just a longer, I think the public's capacity to stomach this is very low, partly because the government's done such a terrible job. And so they have to present it in a way that they got to tease it out and scare us a little bit. And then, because if they just said, we need a lockdown, we're doing lockdown, it's going to be a full-on lockdown, people would just go, and they wouldn't accept it. But if they show the rise, they got to let us see it, get scared. We'll accept a 2-week lockdown, which they will then extend for the next year.
So you think this is bridging the gap, getting us used to a worse situation? Because my normal mentality is always to presume it's the other. That if someone says something bad's going to happen, it's not, but they are moving your boundary of expectation. Like walking in, when you're a teenager, walking in, saying, Mum, Dad, I've got someone pregnant. Oh my God, no, I haven't, but I have scratched the car. That kind of thing where if you're going to give bad news, give worse news, retract it, give better news, and you get the audience a bit more used to what you're going to do. And I think Dominic Cummings might be that kind of guy.
Yeah, he's definitely a tease. No, because that's what in the March lockdown, that's what they did. They said, don't go to the pub. So people were starting to think, oh, should I go to the pub? But then all of us that work in pubs were like, so what does that mean? And then the week later they said, no, we're shutting all the pubs.
Yeah.
So they do this in-between thing because they're grossly incompetent.
I'll take some of that sweet, sweet furlough money, though, if that's going to come my way again. It's the only money I've earned this year, so what am I? I'm going to have some of that. That's great. Isn't it bizarre?
What are you talking about? Comic Solving Problems?
Yeah,
it's been a big cash cow.
We should. I mean, no one's going to donate for this, but in general, I'll put the thing on there just because I've got the buttons. What I was going to say is that isn't it bizarre that everyone say that they don't have enough capacity for testing? They called the scheme Test and Trace. And then Dido was saying something about wanting to be a hunter again. But then the other Dido was saying that she didn't know that there'd be that much demand for testing. How are you surprised that Test and Trace requires testing? Spoiler alert, and I don't want to show you the last page of the book, it also requires some tracing. So get ready to shit your pants, or daytime show. Get ready to poo your pants. There's got to be some testing and some tracing. You better get ready for that, government.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a very good... I mean, looking at Boris Johnson's past issues with numbers of children, I would imagine testing and tracing isn't something he wants to go anywhere near.
Yeah,
that's a proper joke there. Look,
he's done another one. Why don't you save these for the nighttime shows?
Maybe I should be more awake. I haven't even had my nap yet today.
Now, before we move too much further on, last time I did one of these on-air production meetings, we discovered that there is a spin-off show of this waiting to happen.
Yes. We haven't done it yet.
It did great guns. People enjoyed it, so I thought we might do another one today, because I've changed the studio setup. We've got the lights around the back. We've got extra lights being shone on me, which means I've bought a lot of things in boxes. It's time for an unboxing.
Oh, let's do it. What do we got?
What we've got here are the boxes for the two lights. Now, our unboxings are a bit different to the other unboxing videos, that we unbox things and talk about the box. So, what I have here is, and this is I only noticed this morning, right? I have the box for a rechargeable LED floodlight, only 20 quid, ever ready, from B&M Bargains. You can see at the top. But the interesting thing is, I then went and bought another one so that I could have two on my face. Like, they're different boxes.
Interesting.
They're exactly the same item, but there are two different boxes. So I thought we could look at to see which is our favourite box for the same item.
Okay. Feels like we need a jingle for this if we're gonna make this a franchise.
Yeah. I've always wanted to do something where we bring up QVC style logos for a sketch. Yeah. Because I'm working on those, so we'll do that for this. This one seems to be a more natural colour. You get the sense that you're really in the room with the picture on this.
Now, was this box 1 or box 2?
This is box 2.
Okay, purchase 2. Okay.
Yeah, this is purchase number 2. So this one, last week, if you go back and look at the videos, we saw a monochrome printing, very cheap cardboard. This, good quality cardboard. Mm-hmm. It actually came with a seal on it, which, as long as you've got a knife, then that's not a problem at all.
You couldn't get your nail in that? Do you have?
I never do the nails. I never do the nail thing.
No?
The nails are, I keep them short.
Right.
So that I neither leave nor pick up DNA.
Now, because I'm going to go out on a limb here. This is a little tangent. You don't bite your nails.
No. I don't bite my nails. I don't even clip my nails. I file so I can get a neater, more sealed edge.
You file?
Yeah. But I also always have a penknife on the desk just in case I need to do some unboxing.
I can't believe we've done 10 years of shows together, and this is the first time I find out you're a filer.
I'm a filer.
Okay. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Let's get back to the box.
So this is the first purchase. The second purchase is it's more of a red. Now, I'm not sure why they went for some sort of M-class planet from Star Trek Voyager. I'm not why they want it to look more like a hideous, scary environment from a computer game. So out of the two, I prefer being in the grey one. I think they're the same item. They're both LED lights. Although, actually, this one says for indoor... Actually, maybe they are different items. But they're not. They're exactly the same flipping item. This is for indoor or outdoor use, which is kind of everywhere.
Yeah. But I mean, with an electrical item, you need that extra. If it's some like this, my desk lamp here is not for outdoor use. If I put it out in a rain, it would be fried. So it does need to say that. So you would rather it's just said in everywhere.
An everywhere use. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that would be clear. People would be confused by that because people are thick as.
Whereas this one just says bright light. This is a bright LED. This is keep it away from your Gremlins light. So in theory, this one doesn't necessarily tell me that I could use it outside.
No, it doesn't tell you can use it indoors or outdoors.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be using that one at all.
They both have a cool white light, according to the back of it. They're both IP65 waterproof, as you can see on the back, which makes me think this one could be used outside. Bright light. If you go around the side of the box, indoor and outdoor use.
So why have they hidden it there? What are they trying to hide? What's the cover up there?
I'm going to get to the bottom of this. The only other difference I can find is that when this one is fully charged, bright light, it boasts a 4 to 6 hour battery time.
Yeah.
Whereas this one boasts a mere 3 to 4 hours.
Maybe that's why the box is red on that one, because you have to burn the box to get some extra light if you need to.
They're portable. They're both waterproof. They're mains charging in car. Yeah, you can charge them in the car. They're ideal for camping, DIY, garages and sheds, which, I mean, that's pretty much all the places I hang out. So, yeah, these two boxes, I'd give these boxes like a good solid 4.5 flaps. Thank you.
That was well timed as well.
Yeah. So that was today's unboxing. They're good boxes. Whether the lights work or not, I don't know, but they were some of the nicest boxes I've had.
Yeah. You've had a comment pop up. I don't think
It's a long one, and I got who knows what that one's about.
feel like it's anyone relevant to what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's not on the topic of boxes. If you're commenting on this show right now, if you've recently bought something, take a look at the box and tell us what you think.
I'm gonna try and refresh one of my browsers to see if any comments have come through.
While you do
So
that,
this may create noise.
I'll just do this. Oh, someone also, when they're in B&M Bargains, bought this. This is a This now lets me use the USB output to power my indoor and outdoor shed lights. Bright light.
What? What is this technology? I don't understand.
So it's just an adapter, just a three pin plug adapter, but also with a side that has USBs on it. And I didn't keep the box for it, but also into one of these I've plugged in an adapter that goes from a plug to 4 USBs. I now have 7 USBs on my desk, because everything needs a flipping USB stick shoved up its yin yang these days. So yeah, I got the technology.
And I think our new sponsor, Energizer, will be appreciative of their boxes.
Well, look, if B&M Bargains want to sponsor the show, I'm in there all the flipping time.
B&M Bargains, is that a chain?
Do you not know the B&M stores? You get B&M home stores and B&M Bargains.
Okay.
I've lived in the kind of towns that always have that. That's where I got this from.
Yeah, I live in London. We don't have those sorts of things here.
I've lived in Crawley, Stevenage, and Gravesend and Swindon. I've been in a lot of B&M Bargains. But look, they sell you things like this. The Batman mask.
The uneven Batman mask.
If I level off my face like that, look at that. Popeye
is it
could wear
genuinely
this.
your head that's misshaped, or is it not sewn in the middle?
That was a joke for last night's thing. If we turn it around, look, it's the mask does not have the Batman in the middle.
I mean,
probably not authentic. No, it's not actually made by Wayne Industries or whatever. So that's not right.
DC Comics.
Oh, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. There's no. I don't tell him. Right. So. Oh.
There's no There's someone over pretending. There's no Batman. That's me doing some acting. If you enjoy acting, you should definitely watch the last couple of shows. We did. I did some serious.
I think probably the highlight of other than my own work this week, I think, was your Rule of Six sketch on Tuesday.
Rule of Six. Which one was?
Where you had the community meeting. Was that Tuesday or was that last Thursday?
No, it's Tuesday. Yeah, the neighborhood watch one.
Neighborhood watch group. We got to see, because Steve does a lot of acting with himself, does a lot of playing with himself, and he took it to another level.
Yep. There's never been that many Steves in a sketch. There were 7 Steves.
It was incredible. And my other highlight of the week is something that I sent you earlier. So in order to get some new kit for the show, I ordered from a website I've never ordered from before. Very good prices. Should we give them a shout? Banggood?
Might do, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
I got an email from them this morning, because they've been, now that I've bought something from them, I'm on their mailing list. And the subject line was, wow, all caps, male automatic masturbator vibrator, $10.99. Now,
they don't have them in B&M Bargains.
I'm going to tell you, that's why did they decide to target me with that? I mean, what algorithm based on me buying a new computer and webcam and lights that I've shot before? But the thing is, I mean, I would never spend $10.99 on an automatic vibrator. If I'm going to put my something in something, I'm spending at least 20 quid.
Yes, I see what you mean.
$10.99 and you're going to put your bits? No, that's an investment, because I care for myself.
That's nice. Because we both use this website, and all
Yeah.
I ever get now are adverts for tripods for cameras and Bluetooth accessories. Because I once tried to work out how to use Bluetooth in the earpiece so I wouldn't have this cable hanging around. So all it's flogging me is Bluetooth and tripods. Why is it? I very much feel like I'm missing out. Why is it that with what I've
I
searched
sent you
for,
the
it does
link.
that?
It's a good price. It's just I would spend more.
Yeah. But
It's a weird website. They've highlighted the mail thing, a drone, and a new faucet.
what have
Why
you
are
been
those three
searching for? That the cookies on your computer tells the internet this guy wants vibrators and probably needs a new tap with the things he's been doing.
Don't know.
Oh,
What does that say about? I think it's the dog.
Don't go blaming the dog. That's all on you. Because I don't know what I've used that website more than you, and it has never thought of offering me any sort of mail enhancement or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
I'll go for a purple light on that now.
Just lucky, I guess.
Well,
So anyway, if you're looking for a 1099 mail, I'll send you the link. I can sort you out.
yeah. Well, sell it for like $12.99 and make some money on this. It's the only way we're going to make money on this show is if we're selling stuff on. Because that's what Alex Jones does. Infowars Alex Jones, not the Welsh one from the One Show, spends most of his time going, the globalist elite are trying to eat my kids, my neighbours. I will not, I will fight, I will eat your ass. They do all that, right? But then, every so often he takes a break for because I subscribe to his podcast, he takes a break for an advert that will be things like, you can buy bone broth. The sachet will make sure you have all the nutrients, the phytos things, and other words that no one knows what they mean. Buy it now.
Yep.
And he's just basically selling, he's an Amway. He's just selling stuff to people in a pyramid scheme.
So we need to merchandise up, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So,
All right.
if you want to buy one of these 1999 LED floor lights for indoor, outdoor, or on the edge of both, the door jamb, if you're both inside and outside at the same time, we give you the guarantee it will work. We will sell this 1999 lamp to you for just £25. Call today. Stocks will last, but let's not focus on that.
We could also just sell the boxes.
If you would like, I've got many boxes going on.
Yep.
If you would like to imagine what it would be like to own something that gives you both 3-pin plug accessories and USB, why not get this box? Impress your friends without actually having to plug more things in. That way, it's less likely to cause a fire. Buy it now for £12.
Yep. There you go. Give a discount. Well,
So are we all up to date? We've done enough of just randomly chit-chatting about what it's like. It's amazing we don't really stick to the topic of what it's like to be making the show. We've talked about it a few times, but we have gone off.
we have. I mean, it's the best way to find out how we make the show is to watch it Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 o'clock in the UK.
That's true. Let's go to a yellow light to finish. Although there we go.
There we go.
Doesn't look that yellow on there, does it?
Yeah. Is there anything else to?
No, just come along and see our gigs if you fancy that. Thank you very much for doing some of this watching stuff. Tuesday and Thursday, 9 o'clock. And if you have Amazon Prime, search for Comics Solving Problems. We're on there. It's the start of the new series that goes directly to the Amazon Prime. That particular output isn't available anywhere else. You could, if you watch the long form shows on YouTube, you'll see all the jokes, but that particular edited highlight version is only available on Amazon Prime.
Yes. So it's the best bits.
Yeah, and the intros you won't see anywhere else as well. That's true.
That's right. Yes. Very specialized. Specialized, focused intro.
We probably should start putting some jokes in those intros. Then we actually could get people to watch it. Okay. Good
It's too
note.
much work.
Good note. Yeah.
Too much work. All right. Well, there we go. See, we have done some work.
Yeah. Okay.
Switch the.
I've had an
You're gonna
idea.
burn the battery out on that remote, aren't you?
They sell them down at B&M's, so I'll be right.
There you go.
Lovely stuff. Right. So yeah,
Cool.
make sure
All
you
right.
watch the actual shows, and
And yeah, I'll see you Tuesday next week.
till then,
All right.
bye.
Bye.